Hi. I first things first. I've been slowing down on my uploads here recently because I just don't see a point in recording much because of my phone sucks so bad. Very soon I have it on my list of things to get, list of things to do, I guess you could say, to buy a webcam. I know I've been saying this forever, but I get paid in like a week, and that's gonna be the first thing I want to buy. I'm gonna probably buy one off eBay, one that's cheap, one that, you know, it'll probably take a while to get here, but as soon as it gets here, I'm gonna start recording on my laptop. What I really want to be doing is I want to record up to maybe 2 or 3 videos a day about philosophical topics, but I can't do it because my phone can only record up to about 20 minutes because there's just not enough storage on it. So I can only record up to about 20 minutes, and then it cuts me off, and sometimes it'll glitch out and cut me off anyway because it's a piece of shit. And then what happens is my upload speeds here where I live are total ass, so it could take anywhere from 12 to 15 hours to upload a 2 gigabyte file to YouTube. I'm kidding, not kidding you, it's that bad. So really I can only get about 1 video a day out, and the way that I do my videos, I don't edit them, and I have a lot of, seeing as my ADHD gets in the way of my speaking ability a lot of the time, I tend to trip up all over the place and wander and, you know, sort of go on tangents and stuff a lot. So what I'll do is like delete the video and do another take and another take and another take, and I normally spend about 2 hours on it, and I end up tiring myself out on one fucking video, and it normally cuts me off several times before I get done and get it uploaded. And what I could do if I had a webcam is I could just go ahead and record maybe, you know, so I wouldn't have to do so many takes, and if I do, it'll just because I tripped up. Normally if that's the case, I do 2 takes, but with my phone cutting out, if you're wondering why I'm scratching my leg, it's just itchy. Yeah, I'll stop now. It's probably weirding you out. Anyway, if I could record to my laptop, the only takes I'd have to do would be like if I messed up on the video, you know, if I like stuttered and shit, then I could, which I do anyway, but you know what I mean. If I was tripping all over my words, then I'd go back and I'd re-record the video again. But I wouldn't have to be re-recording for the reasons that it just very cheaply cut me off like it does on my phone, where you'll be 15 minutes in, all of a sudden something happens, and at the drop of a hat, the whole video cuts off. So that wouldn't be the case, and I could record like 2 videos, 3 videos a day, because I have a terabyte of storage on my laptop, which is mostly used up. I got about 50 gigabytes free, so I could just go ahead and record like 10, 11 videos in like 2 days and just crank them out, and then just over the next couple days or something, just like drop one in every day, because you still have to take into consideration my shitty upload speeds. So I could probably drop a few here and there every couple days, like 2 a day for about 5 days, and then record a couple more. Because I could sit here and talk philosophy for hours, and I might as well talk to my fucking camera about it. So anyway, I wanted to get to the topic of this video. I was just wanting to do that little thing, letting you know what's going on, why the upload schedule so. Oh, and one more thing before I get into the main topic here. I had a video up where I was attempting to talk politics, and I'm just not good at it. I went back and watched my video, and it was the one about Theresa May and globalism. I can do a video about globalism, but about a particular political figure, I'm not very good at. I mean, I keep up with the news and stuff like that, but I'm just not, I don't know, I just don't think I have what it takes to be a political commentator or whatever, or an analyst or whatever. I'm just not a very good analyst. But what I can do is talk philosophy and all kinds of weird shit, the occult and stuff. Speaking of the occult, I'm going to do 2 reviews on these when I'm done. The text is backward because it's mirrored, but that's the Ars Goetia. Actually, the Ars Theriagotia, Ars Paulina, Ars Almadel, and Ars Notoria, all in one book, and there's the Grimorium Verum. So, yeah, I'm in the process of reading them. I've started on the Ars Goetia, but haven't gotten very far yet. But when that's done, I'm going to, if you want me to, that is, probably do it anyway, whether or not you want me to, and talk about the books and some of the chapters and sort of break it down, talk about, like, some of the shit that's mentioned there. I think it'd be pretty cool. But, to the main topic. I'm actually writing a book, not an occult book, but I'm writing a book about a dream that I had one time. It was a freaky ass dream too. The book's called Beyond the Black Gate, and I just wanted to tell you sort of the general premise of it. It's based loosely off of a dream that I had, not loosely, strongly off of a dream, heavily off of a dream that I had about a year ago about the fall of America. I don't know what the hell I was smoking. I don't smoke anything, but I don't know what the hell I was doing that made me have that dream. But I dreamed that America was falling, and you had the Communist Party faction that rose up, Nazi Party faction, and the Constitutionalist faction that rose up that flew just a standard American flag. And the story was, or at least in my dream, what happened is all these factions were fighting one another, and these Constitutionalists were trying to keep America going and sort of just rebuild America and start America over as it was in the 1700s. Just hit the restart button on America and try it again. The communists, of course, wanted communism, and the Nazis, of course, wanted ethno-nationalist fascism or whatever. With National Socialism and the ethno-state sort of sense or whatever. And then there was a fourth faction, which was in my dream, it was me and like a bunch of friends, and the whole idea was that the fourth faction, we played off of the other three and made them think that we were somehow allied with them, and me and like 5 people, of which I don't know. There's no names given to them in my dreams. One of them was a tall black dude with an afro, fucking wearing a tuxedo vest, and carried around a decorative pistol. And there was another dude who was like 5'8", wore this fleece jacket year round, black denim jeans, short brown hair, like this gothic looking dude. And then there was me, and I looked like the ultimate badass in my dream, even though I'm not. And I had this duster jacket on, which I actually own one. It was awesome. I had a duster jacket on, and I had a decorative scimitar on my hip. It was so stupid. But it was cool, and it was freaky. But the whole deal behind the Beyond the Black Gate thing, that's what I'm calling the book for now. It's a sort of placeholder title, but it does sound cool, so I might stick with it. But the whole premise is that the whole idea is that I took my character and changed its name, so it's not me, and I changed some of the motivations of said character, and I changed sort of the way the character I changed the personality traits up a bit. So it doesn't resemble me in any way, because I think it would be kind of weird, narcissistic to have myself portrayed as a hero in a story. I don't know, I just think it's weird. So I changed the character's name to just the corniest name ever. No, it's pretty cool, I think. Altair Duervo was his name. Duervo was a name that he gave himself that doesn't really mean anything, and of course Altair is an ancient Arabic name. But and he's the leader of this faction called the Blackguards, who are trying to start this new empire. They're trying to persuade as many people from all these different factions to join them as they can, and their whole idea is to start a new empire called the Jade Empire, or the Jade Technocracy, because it's like, you know, technocratic elements. Their main driving focus is that they want to further man's technology to the hilt, meaning like they want space travel, they want to colonize planets and shit, like they're badasses. And they think that the only way to do that is to first get everything stabilized and get a new nation running. And the only way to do that is to stop the communist faction, the old constitutionalist faction, and the other dudes, the Nazis. So there's only one way to do that. You got to stop those 3 factions, and that's how the story goes. It follows these 3. It follows the Altair Duervo, and these 5 other characters that I've modified a bit for the story's sake and given names to. Because in my dream I didn't know their names, but you know, you gotta have a name, you know. So it's these 5 characters following these 5 characters in this army on their journey from being a small little micro faction to most powerful army of the 4 factions, and it follows a lot of their battles. And I'm gonna have some different sections of the book, like what I want to do. I hadn't started writing this yet. I'm still figuring out what all characters' personalities are going to be like, some of their motivations and things, and I'm trying to come up with some backstory lore too, you know, just some things like that, because I want to have a universe in mind for this. There may never be a sequel, you know. This is just sort of a hobby of mine, just a passion project, I guess. But I still want the sort of a universe there just to entertain people in it, and so like I can include what the idea is I'll have a lot of backstory for a lot of the events that happened in the book. Like you'll say, this certain battle happened, but then I want to flesh out some of the characters that were in that, minor characters in that battle, like some of the extras that were there, like. And what I wanted to do is, like, at the end of the book, have a section after the epilogue, where you have these journal entries from various soldiers and things, some of Altair Duervo's journals that he kept while he was on the march across the U.S., the march across the Great Plains, or at the Battle of Pine Creek, or something like that. And it would just be badass. You'd have like these journals, and they'd be written from a first-person perspective, like, "Today, dear diary, I marched into battle and slayed my enemies." I just think it'd be awesome, and just because, you know, it'd be fucking cool. And you could have some, this isn't the name of a character, obviously, but just, for example, you'd have, like, some minor soldier, you know. I want to give purpose to every character in the book. Perhaps that's a bit over-ambitious, but, you know, whatever. We'll see how it goes. If it sucks, then I'll take that out, and just have journals for the main characters. But I don't mean every character will get fleshed out. Obviously, that'd be insane. But, like, some of the minor characters, like, what is it, like the messenger of the Communist Party. I'll spoil this one part for you, but it doesn't really spoil much. There's a part that I have in mind, I haven't written this down yet, obviously, sort of rough drafted various parts of the book. I'm just sort of, I've got it all in my head what I want it to be like, but there's a part that I'm going to write about where this communist, from the Communist Party, this is when all the factions start to, or at least the communist faction anyway, starts to catch on to the Blackguards' plans, which was to, in the beginning, the Blackguards did not want to do anything. They just merely wanted to survive. They didn't want any part in the conflicts or anything. They just wanted to have their little micro-nation and be left alone. And then they were antagonized first by the communists and the Nazis. First the communists before anybody else, and then right after the Nazis. But what happens is the communists send in a messenger to let the Blackguards know that if they don't comply and they don't join up with the communists, they'll all be killed, just ran over into oblivion, crushed. And shit, I was saying something about the fucking messenger. Anyway, that part, not really spoiling much, but you know. Oh yeah, I give some backstory to the messenger. Like, I could have a section in the end of the book where that very messenger, I could have, and he's just a minor character because he comes in and the Blackguards, instead of following instructions, tell the messenger to go back to the communist faction or whatever and tell them to, well, I'll go ahead and tell you the name of the communist faction I have in mind. It's the Second Soviet Legion. I think that sounds pretty cool, but the whole idea is he goes back to the Second Soviet Legion and he tells some higher ups there what Altair had to say, and it sparks the Battle of Pine Creek, which I won't spoil for you, but that's just a little tiny section I'll let you have a taste of. But I could have like journal entries of the messenger at the end where, you know, I could write down what the messenger was thinking in like diary form. After the epilogue, on his way, while he was on his way to the Blackguards base at the time, which I think would be a cool idea, and it would sort of flesh out the characters more so that when you read it, it would make them feel more like actual people and be more immersive. It'd be a lot more immersive than just having these characters thrown into this book and then you have to read external lore elsewhere or watch it on YouTube or some shit like that. I don't know. You see it with Star Wars all the time, like some of the Star Wars movies. They don't really have a lot of the characters incredibly fleshed out. Well, they do, but they don't have all the backstory for them thrown into one movie, because it'd be hard to do for one thing. But you have to go elsewhere to find the expanded universe stuff, and I want to experiment around and see if it's possible to put a lot of the expanded universe stuff into the same exact book you're reading the story in. I think that would be totally badass. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all there is to this video. I'm not going to keep it going. I just want to let you know I'm working on a book and let you know, update you as to why I took down that other video I had and why I'm just trickling out videos. It's not, my channel ain't dead, and nobody would probably care if it is or isn't, because I'm like beyond mollusk level channel at this point. I'm like, what, 9 subscribers? I don't know, I hadn't checked today, but yeah, so it's not like anybody gives a shit. But for those, like the one of you, I know there's a guy that subscribed to me that says, he said I'm like his favorite YouTuber. I think his username was Shade, I can't remember, but he said that I was his favorite YouTuber, and awesome. But anyway, I have a fan base. No, one dude. Anyway, yeah, but you know, he cares, so I'll let him know. That's why I gotta get a webcam, because I'm tired of this shit. It probably won't be a very high resolution when at first. Like, I'll probably have I think you can find a 720p one for cheap, but I don't expect like 4K 60 frames on my channel, son. For a while, it's just gonna be the poverty camera and the welfare quality editing, where it's just me sitting in front of a camera scratching my ass while I'm talking, and there's like no editing done. I'm stuttering. That's what you get on my channel. Deal with it. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.